Hey there, it's Tony Butler, and today we're going to talk about the evolution of business and when to know your side hustle is time to take it full time and when it's the time to quit your main job. Okay, I did it at a time when my wife wasn't working, with two kids, a mortgage, very little money in the bank. I know how hard it is can be to make the leap, and the fear you might have over it. For a lot of people, it's a very difficult decision. I think waiting too long is its own set of problems, so you've got to time things just right, okay? It's really important. I'm going to talk to you today about, what's the one thing that you should do to help you understand if you should go full-time or not. Okay, but before I get into it, please click on this video, and if you haven't done so yet, follow the channel. I'm building this channel to be a business, marketing, and personal development reference for anyone who wants to improve their results. So follow it, ask me questions, I'll help you. So let's get right into it. At the end of 2015, just a few days before Christmas, had a horrible thing happen. I got fired from my job, okay? I knew it was coming. I hadn't done anything wrong, but it didn't make me feel any better. I was very angry about how it happened and why. I felt cheated. I was lied to. Got taken advantage of for sure, And I vowed to never work for anyone ever again. To never give anyone decision-making control over my livelihood. Luckily, I'd seen the writing on the walls months before. I knew this was going to happen. And I had already worked on a number of different side hustles over the last few years, okay? And I just never quite made the leap. I never even came close to the money in my side hustle as I did in my job. And it was kind of a comfort trap. Since I made good money in my job and overall I liked it, I never had the motivation or the courage to make the leap full time, to see if I could make my side hustle my full-time gig. And I rationalized it. That if I couldn't make it profitable enough to live on part-time, then it was too risky. I might fail. It might if I went full-time, I might run out of money, all those things that everyone worries about. The thing is, money's the lifeblood of a business. The reason a lot of startups take on money is because the founders don't have enough money to live on and pay their bills and invest in the business, okay? Most of the time, especially with digital-based businesses, employees are your biggest investment. So it can be helpful to think of yourself as the first employee of the business. Try not to think of yourself as the business. You're not trying to create a job for yourself. You want a business that's separate from you, which means it has all the systems it needs to sustain itself. Your goal is to create an entity that can run without you. And you need to be replaceable, and so that way, if you decide to step back, the business can still run, it can still make a profit without you. But for most small businesses, especially those that don't grow, the owner ends up working in the business forever. They never take a break out of it. Michael Gerber wrote about it in his book, The E-Myth. Tells a story of business owners who perpetually working in their business like an employee, but they never quite work on the business itself. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, definitely get a copy and read it before you make the leap to full-time. And if you've already made the leap and you haven't read it, the moment you stop this video, go out and get a copy and start studying it. The book changed my thinking on every business I've ever worked on, and I strongly recommend it for you. But here's the thing. Right now, we're just talking about making the leap to full-time, okay? Getting started, and how to know if you should make the leap. So the first thing to think about before you make the leap from your full-time gig to a side hustle is think about your time. How much time will you have if you make the leap? When you think of the old saying, time is money, it'd be a lot better, it'd be a lot more accurate if you said, money gives you time, money buys you time. You can work on your business for as long as you have time because the money's buying you the time, literally. So in the beginning of your side hustle, how long you can go without making much money is the big question, okay? Literally, you're going to be working to go as fast as you can to grow the business to get to what I call the equilibrium number. So the equilibrium number, it's a money balance. It's the number where your side hustle is it's earning just enough money to pay all of the direct costs of the business, and it's got enough money in it so that you can survive without going bankrupt. Okay, and I really mean that literally. I'm not talking about, you making a lot of money and buying a Humvee and taking a 3-week vacation in Hawaii. I don't mean that money at all. Okay, that's something different. I'm talking about the number that ensures the viability of the business. It pays your rent and utilities. It puts some gas in the car. It pays for the bare necessities of groceries and, just a little bit. You got to live frugal. Think like this. You're never going to eat out. You're not going to buy coffee. Cancel all your subscriptions. Clip coupons. Eat less. Save money. Be frugal. There was a time when my wife and I, we just had one car, and she would drive me to work a lot of times and drop me off. Or if I needed the car at work, I would drop her off. I would leave her at home and just take it, and she would be stuck. It was not ideal, but we did it because we really had to make ends meet. So the equilibrium number, that's the number you're trying to get to. Because in the beginning, the most important number in your world is the freedom number. Okay? When your side hustle hits equilibrium, that means you have time to work on the business. Okay? You've bought freedom. As long as you can keep your finances at that equilibrium number, your business has life. Okay? You literally could stay there for forever. Okay? You don't want to, but you could. Think of it like a lake. Okay? A river flows into it, and there's a small outlet, river flows out. As long as the amount of water flowing into the lake is enough, the lake will stay at the exact same height. Okay? So late summer, when the water goes down, the lake goes down. But if the amount of water flowing decreases too much, then the lake is going to dry up. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is, before you make the leap, is calculate your equilibrium number. So what is it? 2,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 10,000? I don't know. You got to figure it out. The higher the number, the more difficult to go full time. So do your best to keep it small. Okay. Once you have that number, you're going to look at your current side hustle and make your first set of estimates. Okay. If I dedicated 100% of my time to this endeavor, will the business grow? And the questions to start asking yourself are, how am I acquiring new customers? How am I advertising? Am I attending networking events? Am I doing direct mail? Am I doing digital marketing, email marketing, inbound, whatever? Okay. You have to think about growth. The sales process and the marketing of the business are the most important functions into growing the company. If you don't grow, you can't get to and then maintain the equilibrium number. And eventually your company's going to die, okay? Because you're going to run out of money and you're not going to be able to continue. If it's a service business where you service some of the same clients every month, and you have to maintain those clients as long as possible, and then gain some new clients, because no matter how good you are, eventually you're going to lose some clients. They might go out of business, or for no apparent reason, they might decide to change to a different provider. A lot can happen. I had a client once that had just signed on for a big round of business with us. We started work and our guys are going at it. Everything was going really well, lots of good feedback from the company. And then the CEO of the company was fired by the board, okay? They put an interim CEO in his place, and the guy, he got rid of the entire marketing department and us. There was no conversation, no warning, just bam. Everyone we were working with was stopped. They stopped answering the phone, they stopped answering email. It took me more than 6 months to unwind the whole thing, and then to get paid for the work that we had done. Put us in a real bind, because at the time they owed us a lot of money. Well, at least what to us was a lot of money. What to me was a lot of money. And their reason for changing, it had absolutely nothing to do with us, but it still happened. Okay. I was able to recover from the loss because I was able to replace the customer. I had a sales and marketing process that helped us grow. We were well past our equilibrium number. And on top of that, I had reinvested in the business over time. So I had savings in an account, help us weather storms, because your revenue is not always going to be a straight line. There's going to be peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys. Okay, so think about this. Let's say you have a $1,500 a month in profit in your side hustle right now, and you need to take home, let's say, $2,500 a month as your equilibrium number. Okay, you're going to do the calculation of how much you need to sell. What are your costs to service those sales? Then you're going to estimate all of your taxes on the profit. And it's not just your taxes. It's your self-employed Social Security costs. It's FICA, Medicare, all those things. And this kind of the back of the envelope calculation, it comes out to be about 50% of every dollar you earn in the business will go to taxes and entitlements. I always do the rough calculation of 50% for speed, give myself at least a little bit of margin of error. If you need to bring home $2,500, you need to set your goal at $5,000 in profit, okay? Taxes are the one payment you can't defer. You've got to pay those guys quarterly. The IRS gets nasty if you don't pay them on time. They got lots of penalties and fees and all kinds of stuff. And if you hold out on them for long enough, they'll put you in jail. So just pay taxes. After you get some revenue and you begin to grow your business, any smart accountant can help you, put together some tax strategies. I'm not giving you tax or legal advice. This is just my opinion. Be smart. Talk to your accountant. Get professional advice. All I'm saying is take the number of profit and double it, and that's how much you need to bring home to get your equilibrium number. Okay? It's a working number, so just set the goal. The thing is, money will give you longevity so that you can figure out your business. Okay? You'll start to understand what will it take to scale so that you can go way beyond equilibrium and start to make profit. And profit lets you invest more back in the business. Once you get past the equilibrium number, you can grow faster, you can buy advertising, you can hire employees who are smarter than you to help, you can build a team, you can do all those things that grow a beautiful business, okay? So get started on your business now, okay? But don't do what I did and flail around looking for something. Check out the Side Hustle Academy. That's sidehustleacademy.io. I got a number of resources there to help you get started toward earning more, growing your business, and making it in life in general. But you have to want it more than you want the comfort of your couch. So get started. All right, until next time, this is Tony. Be well.